Sometimes God removes people from your life for a reason. There are moments in life when someone you trusted slowly disappears from your journey. A friendship grows cold. A relationship breaks apart. A person who once walked beside you suddenly walks away. And when that happens, the pain can be deep. You begin to ask questions. Did I do something wrong? Why did this person leave? Why would God allow this to happen? Many people carry this pain quietly. They feel rejected. They feel abandoned. They feel as if something valuable has been taken from them. But what if the story is not what it seems? What if some of the people who leave your life are not actually being taken away, but are being removed by God for a purpose? Because sometimes the hardest truth to accept is this: not everyone who starts the journey with you is meant to finish it with you. Losing people is never easy. Whether it is a friend, a partner, a colleague, or even someone you once prayed with, separation leaves a mark on the heart. At first, you try to fix it. You try to call. You try to explain. You try to repair what is breaking. But sometimes the more you try to hold on, the more things fall apart. And in those moments, it feels unfair. You remember the memories. You remember the laughter. You remember the promises that were once spoken. Yet somehow, the connection no longer feels the same. This is where many people struggle. They think that if something ended, it must mean failure. But not every ending is a failure. Sometimes an ending is a redirection. Sometimes an ending is a protection. And sometimes an ending is simply God clearing the path for where He is taking you next. One of the hardest lessons in life is understanding that different people have different destinations. Two people can walk together for years, but their purpose may not be the same. The Bible reminds us in Amos 3 verse 3. Can two walk together, unless they are agreed? Agreement is not just about liking each other. It is about direction. It is about purpose. It is about whether two people are moving toward the same future. Some people enter your life for a season. They help you during a particular chapter. They walk with you while you are learning, growing, and discovering who you are. But once that season ends, their role in your story may also end. And if God is preparing you for something greater, He may remove the people who cannot grow in that direction with you. Not because they are bad people. Not because you are better than them. But because their path and your path are no longer the same. Sometimes the people we love the most can unknowingly slow down our spiritual growth. It may not be intentional. But their mindset, their choices, or their priorities can pull us away from where God is trying to lead us. For example, you begin to pursue God more deeply. You start praying more. You start seeking purpose. You start making decisions that align with faith. But suddenly, some people around you become uncomfortable. They mock your dedication. They question your changes. They try to pull you back into the old version of yourself. And slowly, without realizing it, they become a weight on your journey. God sees what we cannot always see. He sees the future. He sees the calling on your life. He sees the doors He is about to open for you. And sometimes, before those doors open, God quietly removes the voices that would discourage you from walking through them. Many people think God's blessings only appear as open doors. But sometimes the greatest blessing is a closed door. There are friendships that could have led you into the wrong direction. There are relationships that could have drained your peace. There are connections that could have delayed your destiny. And God, in His wisdom, closes those doors before the damage becomes greater. At the time, it may feel like loss. But later, when you look back, you begin to understand. You realize that the people who left were not meant to stay. You realize that the door that closed protected you from something you could not see. Sometimes God removes people because He knows that where you are going requires a different environment. Different support. Different alignment. And most importantly, a deeper dependence on Him. Many great journeys begin with separation. Before David became king, he spent time alone in the wilderness. Before Joseph stepped into leadership, he went through seasons of betrayal and isolation. Before Jesus began his ministry, he spent time in the wilderness as well. Isolation is often part of preparation. When certain people leave your life, it creates space. Space to grow. Space to hear God clearly. Space to discover who you are without depending on others for approval. Sometimes God removes distractions so that your focus can become sharper. Because where you are going requires strength. It requires faith. It requires clarity. And those qualities often grow best when we walk closely with God. There is a hidden blessing in the people who leave. They reveal something important. They reveal who truly belongs in your future. The people who are meant to walk with you long term will not disappear when your life changes. They will support your growth. They will celebrate your progress. They will encourage your faith instead of weakening it. Those are the people God places in your life for the long journey. And when you make peace with the people who left, you open your heart to the people who are meant to stay. One of the most important things to remember is this. Letting go does not mean becoming bitter. It does not mean holding anger in your heart. It simply means accepting that every relationship has its season. Some seasons are short. Some seasons are long. But each one teaches something valuable. Instead of asking, why did this person leave? Sometimes the better question is, what was God teaching me through that relationship? Every person who enters your life leaves behind a lesson. Some teach you trust. Some teach you patience. Some teach you strength. And some teach you how to rely on God more deeply. If you are currently experiencing separation in your life, take a moment to breathe. You may not understand everything right now. You may still feel the pain. But remember this. God does not remove something without purpose. If He allowed someone to leave your life, it may be because your future requires a different environment. It may be because your calling requires fewer distractions. Or it may be because He is preparing to bring the right people into your life at the right time. Trust the process. Trust the timing. And most importantly, trust God. Because He sees the road ahead far more clearly than we ever could. So if someone has walked away from your life recently, do not rush to call yourself rejected. Do not rush to believe that you were not enough. Instead, consider another possibility. Consider that God may be guiding your path in a way you cannot yet understand. Because sometimes the people who leave are not meant to continue the journey. And sometimes the space they leave behind is exactly what God needs to prepare you for what comes next. Remember this truth and hold on to it with faith. What feels like rejection today may actually be divine protection.